How do you feel about YouTubers using services such as Indiegogo or Patreon or others to have their subscribers help them either earn cash, buy products, or whatever for financial support? How do you feel about that? And after watching a Indiegogo campaign done by David Franco to purchase a new Mac Pro, looking at the comments, seeing some of the outright hostility that he's encountered with it, I decided to make this video and ask you, the audience, your opinion of these things. I'm going to share mine with you in just a moment. Little background. David is a YouTuber, has been so since around 2006. He has, I believe, around 1,200 plus videos on YouTube, about 30 million views, 29 million views. He does unboxing videos, tech videos, generally kind of geeky lifestyle stuff. I like David. I think he's kind of funny and he's got a unique way of looking at things, and I find his work to be entertaining and sometimes educational. You know, he's got a Mac Pro he bought back in 2006. It's really getting old. He can't run the latest grading operating system on it. So he decided on Valentine's Day, after talking to his audience, to start a Indiegogo campaign to raise money to buy a new Mac Pro. And I think the goal was $3,500. Within a day, he got the money, and good on him, really. Congratulations, David, for pulling that off. That's good deal, in my opinion. But he also took some flack for this, and some of the comments were downright hostile. It was begging for money and that he should go get a real job and do all these things, and it got me to thinking. So, David, number one, congratulations. Number two, I am not a professional YouTuber. It's not what I do for a living. I do it for the fun of it. Made some new friends. I don't have anywhere near the subscribers you've got. You've got almost 100,000. I think I'm around 3,000. So you've obviously got a lot more videos and bigger audience and that kind of thing. But so I don't do this for a living. I do something else. But I'm also a YouTube partner, and there are certain things I like to share with you. And maybe there's some misconceptions some of the audience has about how much money people make as YouTube partners. For example, take one of the most successful videos on YouTube, Charlie Bit My Finger, 660 million views. Charlie's not a millionaire for that. He got about 156 grand for it. That's just a few cents per view. I mean, it's very, very minute amount of money. YouTubers really don't make a whole lot of money. I know you would think that they would, right? Because you sit through all these commercials and stuff, but that's not the case. YouTube keeps the lion's share of the money. So most YouTubers end up making a living from it, not directly from cash from YouTube, but by sponsorships, advertising, their own websites, brands, etc. YouTube is a vehicle to help them grow that brand. But still, YouTube is a primary part of their job. A lot of people commented they thought David was rich because, David vlogs, and apparently his family seems to be doing pretty well, but he's not a rich guy. Listen to the kid talk, and he's got debt, he's got bills to pay, and he's not living in a mansion or anything like that. He's struggling, and he's trying to make a living doing what he loves to do, which is share content. And apparently, guess what? A lot of people must like it because he's had 29 million views on his channel. His Indiegogo campaign is entirely optional. He just says, look, if you want to help me get this new Mac Pro, he makes basically two major reasons why. One, his current computer is really old and he can't run the latest, greatest operating system. And number two, a new Mac Pro would help him become more productive. And you know what? Sure, as God made little green apples, people's going to start demanding that all your videos be in 4K somewhere down the road. And that Mac Pro of his probably is not up to the task. Not to mention, I think he does video work for other people as well. There is nothing wrong with helping support somebody in their efforts financially, or if you can't do it financially, at least give the kids some moral support on this thing. And when you've seen obvious trolls out there making ridiculous comments, this is what the kid does. I'm sorry, David, keep referring to you as kid. When you're 55, you're a kid. I'm sorry. But there's nothing wrong with what he's choosing to do. And, for some people, it's making people's life better. Chris Perillo, same thing with his Patreon campaign. If you don't like it, don't contribute. On the other hand, if you don't know David DeFranco, you don't know Chris Perillo personally or any of the guys, and I don't, okay, then who am I to judge what they're doing? You got to walk in their shoes before you can sit there anonymously and type in your computer these kind of comments. I can tell you the kid's not a bum. Seems to be pretty hard working, straight shooter. Isn't that worth making a small contribution to? If you like his content, you want him to keep doing this content, doesn't hurt to donate just a few cents. Look, some people say, well, there's people that need the money a whole lot worse. Why are you giving it to some kid so he can have a new toy? Let me put it to you this way. All of us could take every nickel we have in the bank and hand it to the poor and less fortunate in this country. And you know what? There would still be poor and less fortunate in this country. Sometimes you have to invest a little bit of money in the things that make the world a bit better, a bit brighter. And if that happens to be somebody who creates content that you enjoy, there's no harm in it. And no one is holding your gun to your head. David even ran it past his audience before he started the campaign. For the most part, people were quite willing to say that that was a good idea. That's my 2 cents, but I'd like to hear from you. What do you think about asking subscribers to help purchase equipment, send cash, whatever, in order to create better content and to offer you a better experience? I'd like your thoughts, your comments below. I'm Bruce Naylor. Have a great week ahead.